Ajay, Ajay, here they coming again. This time I won't let them take over my place. Ajelo, here they coming again. This time I won't let them take over my place. Amenyo mi ba poralo, kojo ba huele bizom nya meke well. Novia chikondise, amero sele moji oji wawi. Wanwa wamga kwode, peve va ivoire, omnya fika beto. Obewa toi, jagodo fioha. Et blanc be fior ham le clodoigne de o. Ajay, Ajay, here they coming again. This time I won't let them take over my place. Ajelo. Let's join hands together. Let's march.
Hey world, it's your girl DJ-MIRA J, and we're on the Carolina Discovery, the radio show. And I'm sitting here with Mr. Malick Tchakpedeou, and we're going to talk about his recent trip to Washington, D.C. For the band Elikeh. Where are you from originally, Mr. Malick?
I'm from Togo, that's in West Africa.
Oh, okay. So do you play any instruments?
Yes, I do play guitar, I play drum too.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a musician per se, but I'm a music lover, so yeah,
Okay.
I play.
Okay, so what made you want to travel and follow this band Elikeh? And what made you want to travel to see them?
Well, I know one of the members, which is the leader of the member, Masama Dogo. We went to college together in Togo, West Africa, before we moved to the United States.
Okay.
And he used to play in the university band when we were in college, so I knew him already. But back in those days, we used to do reggae most of the time. But then he moved here and he kind of embraced this type of music that we call world music, which is a combination of African traditional music with jazz, blues, and stuff like that.
My name is Masama. I'm from Togo and the leader, singer and guitarist of Elikeh. We are based in DC. Our music is a mix of Togolese rhythms with some funk, blues, and rock.
So there are so many different type of ingredients in this music, world music. I can hear jazz. I can hear a little bit of the Caribbean reggae sound.
Absolutely.
I hear, you know, some funk in the music and all of that. With world music, how do you separate that from everything else that's playing on the radio, everything else that you're hearing? How do you separate that from world music? Because it all kind of blends together.
Well,
to me.
I think that's why people wanted to create that genre of music they call world music, because it is different. And the difference comes from the other cultures. That's where the difference comes from. But at the same time, that kind of music uses everything else that you know about. It uses R&B, it uses reggae, it uses blues, jazz, rock, like you said. You know, and mix it in traditional music, and that creates something just new. But it has ingredients from every other kind of music. So you can find, you know, you never heard it maybe, or you never really got interested in it. But if you go to one of these concerts and you just immerse yourself in this ambiance, in this atmosphere, the beat, it just, next thing you know, you're going to start moving, you know?
I find myself dancing, you know, watching the footage and everything.
Yep. And as a matter of fact, you know, thinking about this, there should be no separation or no frontiers between this type or that type of music, you know, at least from a fan viewpoint. The more ingredients you can artistically incorporate in your music, the better, actually. And that's exactly what Elikeh does.
What intrigues you about this particular style of music, world music?
The idea when I started this, the angle of the story is I wanted to establish a direct link between the so-called world music and its audience. Who listens to world music? What kind of people? first of all, who plays it, who listens to it here in America. And I have a theory about it. I think world music is played, especially here in America, world music is played by foreigners for Americans, basically, local Americans, and I wanted to go out and prove that and find that, and potentially that can establish a link, because we're in the business of communication, showbiz, and you have to know your audience. You got to know who is looking for you, who is inclined to listen to your kind of music. And I think that this kind of music is listened to by people who are interested in tourism, people who are interested in discovering the rest of the world. Those people go to watch people like Elikeh.
Oh, I loved them. I loved them. They were great. It's always wonderful to hear something different and something unique, and you don't in our neck of the woods, you don't get a lot of bands that bring such an international flavor to their music, And as a matter of fact, I thought we were very culturally diverse, culturally culturally well-rounded. Thank you. But Elikeh brings like a whole nother level of a whole nother roots to them, and it's really a great thing to hear the rhythms that they have going on, and the sounds, their horn section, and the vocals, of course. All just bring out this. It's like being transported to another part of the world, and that's really great. It's just something that when you go to a show, you feel like you're somewhere else.
Okay, so you went to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and Washington, D.C. to see the band Elikeh perform. What did you discover about the shows? How were they different?
Well, first of all, the show here in Chapel Hill happened on a Wednesday. It was in the middle of the week, and it was also on September 11th. So it wasn't a good day for a concert. So people didn't really come out. But at the same time, one can say that people who did go out were a good sample. They really wanted to be there. They didn't just show up by chance. So. But it was a very few people, and I was proven wrong on my initial idea. My idea was, okay, this music is played by foreigners for local people. But I went there, and I saw a lot of people from Togo. Actually, I saw a few ladies that were doing the original dances, to this music. I was very excited about it, and I spoke to a few of them. They were very happy about it. They said, wow, this is the kind of music we don't get to hear anymore, and we hear it now, and it's mixed with jazz and, rock and all that. It was pretty interesting.
This is my first time coming to this kind of concert, and I really enjoy it. It reminds me of my home, where I am from, the music, everything. I just feel like I was back home.
Wow.
It was a great, experience. I love it.
Great. So how The other thing I saw in Chapel Hill as well, there was another group that opened for Elikeh, and it was all whites, all Americans, and they were playing West African drums. They were playing the djembe drums, and they were playing it so well. Yeah. You know, and I got the chance to speak to some of them as well. And these people are just very interested in international culture.
Is called Rhythmicity, and we're a West African performance troupe. We're based out of the kind of Raleigh suburb area, Durham, Apex, Cary, and we study and perform West African music from Northeast Guinea, generally from the Malick people. And we play it on djembe drums and another kind of drum called doon-doons, which are the drums that sit behind us. And these drums have been around for like 1,000 years. It's a very old music. And we study the music from a drum master called Malick Tchakpedeou. And he's brought this music out of Africa to the rest of the world.
In DC, it was a different story. You know, it was on November 29th, so Black Friday. People were in the party mood, so there was a lot of people. It was at the Tropicalia Music Hall on 14th Street. Hi, this is Malick Tchakpedeou from CCCC. We're here to see the group Elikeh in a great concert going on today, Black Friday 2013. Let's go. It was great. I mean, it was a lot of people. And over there, my theory was proven right because the audience was maybe 90% white. Okay. You know?
Thank you. Now we have 2 more songs to go. Do you guys want something slow right now or something funky? Funky! Let me hear you say yeah, yeah. Yeah! Alright, you guys can say yeah, yeah enough. Loud enough. Can you say yeah, yeah loud enough? And we're going to play something funky. Let me hear you say yeah, yeah. Yeah!
They had a TV screen that just showed African culture. And, you know, when you go from that screen to the crowd, it's pretty interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish I was there to see that.
Let's move on today. Let's join hands together. Let's move on today. Directed by the universe. Let's move on, my friends. Yeah.
But obviously, people get a little sensitive when it comes to race. I asked one of the guys from Elikeh if he had noticed that their audience was mostly white, and he didn't really like the question.
Back in the 60s, there was a lot of external cultural influences outside of the U.S. And before that, you had your black radio stations and your white radio stations. You had your, the Motown station. There was a lot of segregation in music. But in the last 50 years, that's changed. But I think that the music we're playing can appeal to everybody. You say you think that the majority of our audience is white. I did not see that here tonight.
I didn't either.
No, tonight it was a very mixed audience. I think maybe there was more people with dark skin than light skin here tonight.
True.
Okay, so that generalization does not really apply. It's a loaded question, and you don't even have a right to ask
that question.
Well, as you can see today, you have everybody. You have the Chinese, you have the Africans, you have the Indians. So it's mixed. All right, so it's mixed, but I understand what you're trying to say. Yes, the majority of people are from the US and mostly white. The reason is because I think our music got a cultural aspect, and it's now in urban African music that we do. So there's something they are trying to discover. That's what makes them come.
World music is usually very distinct from mainstream music. There are many here in America who would actually just dismiss that type of music because they're not used to it, and that's normal, understandable. Me particularly, I find this music very moving and incredibly creative. And I believe there are more and more people in America who begin to appreciate it. Looking at this concert in Washington, D.C. at the Tropicalia Music Hall, it was wonderful to see all these people dancing to this kind of music without even knowing any word that's being said.
Hi, my name is Megan. I play the saxophone in Elikeh.
find out more about Elikeh and their tour dates and where they're performing, how can we find out more information about their music?
They have a website, I think it's elikeh.net.
Okay.
And they also have a Facebook page with a whole lot of friends, and members. So yeah, you can find out.
All right, well, I'm going to really, really check them out and like their Facebook page. The band is Elikeh. Once again, viewers, Elikea. And this is DJ-MIRA with your Carolina Discovery Radio Show. And that was Malick Tchakpedeou. And until next time.
Thank
bye-bye.
you. See you.
Hey, Jumbo. Monsieur la nabe, ni mavo. Monsieur la nabe, ni mabojijo. Negame abasware, o matemasio. Negame abasware, alele, o matemaula. Natona wo no silala nai natona wo no sile jijina wo ejolo magajo